All right. Hey, how's it going? It's Two Birds, One Show. We talk about Philly sports and craft beer. I'm Deeter. That's my buddy RicT. Cheers, RicT.
Yo. Data.
It's a nice, relaxing week this week, having a bye.
Isn't it nice to have a week off, 2 weeks off, really? I mean,
yeah. I'm wearing the camo hat because you won't be seeing us this weekend. So
word up. I see what you did there, sir. Yeah, it's nice to have that bye week, man. It really not just for us fans, which it is. It's great to have it while everybody else is stressing out. But for the team, get everybody set and healthy, and get all your ducks in a row, and get shit ready.
Right. Yeah, man. It's nice to let everybody heal up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See what's going on. Be able to prepare, for the next game that we have. It's awesome. Having that number one seed, you can't get no better, man.
I agree, brother.
I know you might have some bad luck in the past. Having that number one seed doesn't mean you win the Super Bowl. I don't care, man. I'm glad.
I gotta. There's no bad luck to that. Listen, not you. I'm saying, but Philadelphia. I want to say, and especially with our Eagles, we have a inferiority complex. It seems like we live to be Rocky. With our sports, we always want to play the underdog. And we've seen to play best when we're an underdog in all sports. But I got to say this. It's time to turn that around. It's okay to be number one and be a winner and win while doing that. Listen, it's fun being Rocky. It's nice. But let's go be Apollo now. Apollo won like 40 fights and was the world champion over and over. Time to start making this city Apollo Creed. It was nice to be Rocky, okay? But let's go be fucking winners. It's okay to be the number one seed, and it's okay to succeed at the one seed. We don't have to just win when we're underdogs. Let's change that mentality. Like I've been preaching to you and anyone that'll listen for years, we got to change the loser culture or the losing mentality of Philadelphia. It's time for us to start being winners.
Right, man. I mean, it shows this season, man, how many games we won and where we're at now. So
we earned it. Listen, this is the first time an Eagles team won 14 games in a regular season. We earned that shit. Let's take advantage of it. Enjoy our fucking 2 weeks off. Get some nap time. Get some R&R. And get out there and punch people in the fucking mouth when it's time to start going. You know why? Because we're rested and we're not tired.
Nice. Nicely said. Yep. With that note, let's get into the craft beer. I'm drinking a Heavy Real.
Nice.
Shout
out to Heavy Real.
Love Fruity Flakes, sour ale with raspberry and cherry.
Nice.
This thing looks amazing.
The ABV on that.
Oh yeah, just give a little shot of this.
Whoa.
Yeah, man. I'm not big on sours, man, but this is phenomenal. This is a 5%, man. It's brewed with raspberry and cherries, man. It's
nice.
Yeah, that's definitely tastes like Fruity Flakes. We have.
How's it smell?
Oh, it smells like raspberries and cherries. Like this thing's, it's like
blood red. Smell it from here. If anybody's watching, by the way, if you're new to the podcast, part of the podcast, if you see the button right there at the top left of your phone, and if you hit it, it's smell-a-phone. You can actually smell the beers that we're drinking. So please join in the fun of, beers as much about smell as it is taste.
Yeah, hit that smell button.
Here you go.
And along with that, hit the like and subscribe, please.
Yes, please. Like and subscribe us. Well, cheers to that. It's a nice beer. I got a
oh God, Stogg's got something to say. Oh, that's not a beer, that's a wine cooler. Oh, bro. You don't know, man. I have to send one of these out to you, man. Oh my God. Yikes. But one more thing about Heavy Real. I first started liking them at the Summer Swelter we went to a couple of years back, and my God, their beers were phenomenal on the stand. It was like a margarita sour. It had all like fruit sours, and I remember they either won or placed second, but really good brewery. And I just had an IPA by them earlier, and was that Drowning Clown.
Nice.
8.5. Citra Mosaic double dry hop, Awesome beer. Great brewery. Check them out. All right, what you got?
And I want to piggyback on that too. I like you were saying, I remember my first experience with them on a whim. And if he's watching, my boy Dave Ingraham had been going up there. It was years ago. And I was like, wow, that looks good, sounds good. So we took a ride up one day. I think it's Seaside Heights, New Jersey, where Jersey Shore was filmed. If anybody watches that fucking train wreck. Went up there. We went up that day, Dieter. I swear to you, the brewery was the size of a phone booth. It was so, but the head brewer and owner, they were super cool. It's a nice laid back vibe. There's some fucking jamming reggae on the whole time. It was cool. It's laid back. They were playing board games, and it was the size of a phone booth. Now I think they've since moved and gotten a bigger spot, but just a cool joint.
Well, Seaside Heights is a little bit more North Jersey beach, right? And it's nice to see them down South Jersey, man. Their sours are phenomenal. Yeah. And I was surprised with that IPA, man. That was so good.
And what was the IPA, the 8.5?
Yeah, it was 8.5. Nice. Drowning Clowns. It was
right in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, man.
Well, speaking of which, I got a 8.8. I believe, I think it is. This is Happy New Year 2023 from, you guessed it, Treehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Massachusetts King right here, man. Living it South Jersey, but always get some Massachusetts beers. Love how, man.
Look at that. That right there. That's Tits McGee, sir. That's the tits of the program. And listen, that's the color I'm looking for. This is the bottle. Look. Hit the ear. Smell a phone.
So that's a 2023. That's what it's called. What's that?
Happy New Year 2023 from Treehouse. Wow. It is. The nose is dank and smelly and skunky in a good way, and just, as I always say, pungent and fragrant. I mean, now.
Any hop profile there?
The taste follows suit. It's rich. It's creamy, full bodied. Fucking. I mean, look. I took one sip. The lacing's already jumping on the fucking glass. The hop profile. I think I'm definitely getting some Galaxy. There's always going to be some Citra. I feel like in most of these guys, that's there. Definitely Citra and Galaxy. I'm not getting any hint Mosaic, so no Mosaic there. Maybe some Strata. I don't know. Not putting my finger on it, but that's what I'm getting so far. And I'd freeze that and skate on it in the winter, and in the summer I'd melt it and drink it. It's fucking next fucking level, dude.
Well, before we get into Philly sports or whatever, I got Stoggs in the waiting room.
We can talk beer as long as you like.
Should I bring Stoggs in?
Always.
All right, here, let's bring my buddy Stoggs in. It's a Cowboys fan.
Oh, my eyes.
What's up? Oh, my God. Cowboys.
Hey. Good to see you guys. Had to bring, some sanity to this thing.
Yeah, right.
Which I got going here. So let's see what multiple champions looks like. It's good. It's good. Nice. It's good.
Multiple. Well, it's just a relaxing show today. We're enjoying it by. So I figured, hey, man, give you a bite out.
Stars, would you say multiple champions?
Multiple Super Bowl winners.
Oh, I didn't even realize because it was 30 years ago. Imagine if somebody was saying that in 1990, you'd be like, yeah. You won it in 1960. That's 30 years. Multiple. I know. 27 30 years though.
I see you're rounding up. That must be, part of the Philly, how they teach y'all in Philly.
What is it? 29? Is it 29?
27. It's 27.
It was 94, but you don't even know your own team stats. It was 94. 94 season, 95 Super Bowl.
96. We won it
94, 95.
96.
Come on, you 96. Don't even know your own shit, dude.
You don't know. It's 96.
Oh, dude, don't make me get the encyclopedia out on this show.
Google it.
Google it, Rick. You should know better than that, Stoggs.
Rick is 96, guy. I'm sorry
to tell you. It was 94 season, 95 Super Bowl.
It's 27 years, man.
You won 91, 93, 94.
So choppy, that you can't probably see like the players playing the definition of the TV.
Try looking in an encyclopedia.
Try just Googling, guy. I mean, you
ain't got to do that. I don't need to. I don't need, my shit is on point. My shit is on point.
It's not. I know you guys, your encyclopedia stop around 90, 91.
Coming from the guy who's talking about his Super Bowl championship 30 years ago, you're projecting. You're suspect, sir. You're suspect.
2012 when y'all won it, so that's cool.
We won in 2018.
Okay, 2018.
Where's your Google Wikipedia? Come on, man. I don't want to keep correcting you. I like you, Stoggs. I feel bad carrying you, dude.
Trust me. You're not cracking me. See this? And see that? See how that's different?
No, I don't see anything. I don't see anything.
Because you didn't drink it too much. That's why.
I just popped my first beer. All right. Hey, listen. We can we can go see Doe all day. It's good to see you.
Love you guys, man. Love you guys.
Right back at you, killer.
Lacing, you're gonna have to talk about that, man. So I'm getting to this craft beer thing, and on the show we talked about you guys. We talked you guys up about what you guys do. Love what y'all are doing, minus the Philly stuff. But the craft beer, you're not gonna put that in. The craft beer, though, man. I'm excited. I really am about it. I'm excited. I got Big Game on. He said, "What is craft beer? What is that?" And I
said,
"World, big tonight." Man. To not know what that is, but I'm excited about that, man. We start talking about lacing and skating on stuff. Yo, hit us up, man. What is this?
Well, it's all about the body, the head on the beer, the color, man.
That wine cooler you got. Get out of here.
You see this white stuff hanging on the glass? That's called lacing. That means two things. It means you have a really clean glass, and it means your beer is really good. And I'm saying that because Stoggs, I want you to get in craft beer. I love you, kid. Listen, it's a big world, and it's never going back to the old school. This is a jump on this train now.
There's so many breweries out there, and I've been trying to hook you up on Untap and show you the different ones.
Yeah.
And there's a few in Texas. I totally forgot about what's that?
Spindle Tap. Spindle Tap is great.
I've heard of Spindle Tap.
Houston.
The one that does Yellow Rose, Lone Pint, and then Jester King. I totally forgot about Jester King, man. And they do collaborations for like Other Half and Trillium stuff on the East Coast. They're really good, man. Okay. So you got some good breweries out there.
I sent you a picture one that I had this week. It was a cryo hop. I never had a cryo hop before, but man, it was. I'm getting into Indian Pales, double Indian Pales. Like I'm starting to learn about this stuff.
That's the good stuff right there.
That's what me and Ricky love, the hops beers. But there's different types out there. There's lagers, there's stouts, there's sours.
There's something for everybody.
And if you find a good beer, they're more than likely be able to brew other different styles that level.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited, man.
Oh, that'd be awesome. And hopefully after football season, we'll get together and do like a beer podcast. We'll get like people from around and have different views on stuff. It'd be nice, man. And it's always good to promote local craft beer. In Jersey, it's a bit harder than most places because they're not allowed to have food. They can't have TV. There's a lot of restriction in Jersey. But if you go to Philly or New York, there's zero restriction.
Yeah, so New Jersey's bass backwards.
Yeah, and that's that. They don't have that down here in Texas. It's pretty wide open anyway. You kind of you can go in there and get it with your drawers on.
Dude, anything goes on. Anything goes in Texas, dude.
Even the big brewers that you have out there. What's it? Shinerbach is really good. I always like Shinerbach. And what's that?
I just brought in a keg of Steiner Cheer.
Though I think they're getting a little bit too big. They're starting to get into not the Budweisers, but they're starting to get up there where it's like, okay, what's new? What are you coming out with new? And I think that's the thing that I'm learning from you guys is don't be afraid to go and look for that beer that's out there, that brewer that's out there. Because you never know what you may get. You may get some fruity flakes or loops or whatever, or you may get something that's that's really good. But learning about it is kind of fun because I like the science of it.
Oh, right back at you, dude. I can't get enough, dude. I'm absorbed by this fucking topic. Craft beer is an amazing world. It's only going to get bigger. It's never going back to what it was. So I tell people now, get on the train now, because it's never going back to the days of Stroh's and Miller Coors and just that's. But that was your only option. That was your now. There's something for everybody. There's a taste for everybody.
You can see in the stadiums now, like you go to a baseball game or a football game, they're going to have like different craft beer local places in there that serve it. It's going to cost you an arm and a leg, but it's there, man.
Has like Treehouse and Trillium.
Yeah, that's insane, man.
Like what? I'm moving to Massachusetts and repping Philly sports up there, talking shit with these fucking Boston guys.
I mean, have you been to Massachusetts? Though,
yes, I went to February right after we won the Super Bowl against the Patriots, and I wore my fucking Eagles gear all week when I was up there. All week.
That was so long ago. That was so long.
It was right after we won the Super Bowl. I was fresh off the kill. I was a lion fresh off the kill.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, man.
Dude, you won a Super Bowl 30 years ago, dude. They didn't even have fucking DVD players back then. It was on VHS.
They did.
No
way. No way was that on DVD.
No, they did.
No way.
They had DVD. Laser discs. Trust me, they had them.
Oh, my gosh. I love you, Stoggs, but, dude, I can't. You guys are
so how do you feel about going against Tampa this week? You guys feel like
you're going to beat the GOAT?
You know, the problem is like you said, man, this guy, there's no one that's ever done it like him, and I don't think ever will. 23 years or 20 years, 10 Super Bowls, 7 championships. He is the best at that position ever.
Amen.
So for us to go into it, he knows us, he knows how we play. I think that I feel better after a week after the commies. That commies game, that was tough because it was like, this is pure garbage. But I think there was a method to the madness of let them get reps, don't let them get rusty, just play predictable bullshit. And that's what they did. And so now when we get into this game, hey, let's go ahead and let's play for real, because on paper we should win, but we have a problem of playing down to the competition. And so Dak has to clean up the interceptions, and the defense has to learn how to play on the back end to help the front end.
I've been hearing a lot that Tom Brady, he's getting older. He's not what he used to be. But, man, you put that guy in the playoffs, man, he might fucking light a fire on his ass and start going, dude. And,
I think it was like week 16, like Mike Evans was like offensive player of the week for the NFC because he had like 3 touchdowns in one game. I mean, dude, it's fucking insane. And the reality is that I'm hoping that Philly and San Fran meet. If we're to win, I hope they play each other to knock one of you guys out, because those 2 teams are scary to me in the NFC. To me, that's the NFC Championship.
Well,
and they won't, because they're 1 and 2. And they'll probably see each other in the NFC Championship. That's what I think. That's my honest opinion.
I hope. I hope that happens. But it's the playoffs. I know we all joke around and break each other's balls, but that's what we do as Eagles and Dallas fans. But listen, the playoffs are hard. Like, I was talking to somebody at work today. Basically, where I work is like my own sports talk radio show. And they're like, well, who do you think's going to win? Who do you hope wins? And I'm like, listen, they're all hard games. There's really no easy game. So every game you get into is a fist fight in a phone booth, and it's going to be who outlasts the other, mentally and physically. Whose coach has set up a better game plan and then process it over to their team to execute said game plan. It's almost super simple, but that's what Bill Belichick did for 20 years. He kept it simple, and they executed. That's why Tom's got 6 with Belichick, because they just execute. It was never about style points or glitz or glamour with the Patriots. They just went out and it's like, okay, we got to find your weakness. It's a game of chess. We're going to find your weakness and try to execute our game plan.
Yeah. But I think what Tom did in Tampa, it was he showed people he doesn't have to do it the Patriot way. Yeah. He can throw it down the field. I think what's missing for him is Gronk. I think that's a big issue.
Yeah.
That he doesn't have that security blanket. Godwin has been in and out of the lineup. Julio Jones is just not Julio Jones, and he's never been that guy because he's never had over 8 touchdown receptions in a season. So there's that part. You still have Mike Evans. Vita Veda's coming back. Jensen's supposed to be coming back on that offensive line, so they're going to move around some people. And we talked about that yesterday on Cowboys Cutting Up. But it's a scary deal because you just don't know who's going to show up that day. And like you said, everybody's good now. Even at 8 and 9, it's still Tom Brady. Philly, to me, again, Philly and San Fran. And I know what people are saying about Brock Purdy, and he hasn't played anybody in defense. Look, McCaffrey and Debo, that's scary. That defense is scary. Philly's offense. The Philly receiving core, to me, that's the best in the league. Hands down. That's the best in the league.
Well, you said it best, that everybody's good. And I'll be honest with you, I know me and you and Dieter, we all fuck around and talk shit. But listen, Dallas is a really good team. And so are the Giants. The Giants might beat the Vikings. And like you said, everybody's really good right now. Everybody. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah. Yeah.
One thing I want to bring up about the Eagles receiving core is 2 of them broke franchise records. AJ Brown and to me, I wonder if we're going to see more of that going on with it being an extra game, because now it's like 17 games instead of 16. So, you know what I mean? I think we're going to see more and more records broken. You know what I mean?
But it's happened before. Remember when they went from 14 to 16, and before 14 it was 12. So and I actually got in a debate online the other day with somebody about this, and they're like, "Whoa, AJ Brown got an extra game." Yeah, it was like 9 yards he needed. So it was like, yeah, I know he got it in one more game, but 34 years ago, were people saying, "Oh, he got the record"? Oh, well, there was only 14 games, and now there's 6. It's moved up. It went from 12 to 14 to 16 to 17, and soon, believe me, it'll be 18 before you know it.
Yeah.
Do you think there should be an asterisk or some kind of
is there asterisk on any of the other ones?
No, but we do talk about before the merger, the Super Bowl era, blah blah blah. But do you think there's going to be eventually someone or at some point saying, "Hey, this is when they had 16 games, and this is when they had 18 games," or they played,
It's a great question, but I think if you do that, then you have to break it down, because remember, it started at 12, then it went to 14, then to 16, now to 17, and trust me, within the next 9 years, it'll be 18. I guarantee, I promise you, it'll be a 1 preseason game, and it'll be 18 games.
That's all the nerds.
With all those games, you're going to see a lot more injuries. Like you're going to need a lot more back.
You're absolutely right,
like that, man.
And that's why I argue people. I watch the NFL and the hypocrisy that not the front offices, but the league itself is, and they're like, "We're concerned about player safety." Are you? Man. Because if you're concerned about player safety, you want to be adding more games. And not only that, how are you having a fucking Thursday game with a guy with 3 days rest? You should only be playing a Thursday game for teams coming off a bye week. If you're concerned about player safety, show me. Don't just tell me. Show me.
Look, Dallas played 3 games in 12 days.
Oh, listen. The Eagles have been there too. What team in this league had 3 straight road games this year? One team had 3 straight road games. The Eagles.
It's crazy.
And we went 2-1 in it.
That's crazy.
And should have been 3-0.
What's the brewery that you were drinking from Texas that had the cryo hops? Give a shout out to them.
It was out of McKinney, man. I'll have to put it up again, but really good stuff. Oh gosh, I'll pull it up again for you, man, before this is over with. But they're out of McKinney. And actually, I bought it at my local Kroger's. I brought it at my local Kroger's, man.
Oh yeah.
What's your style, Stoggs? What style of beer do you like?
I've been a lager guy for a while. But I've been, I drink Shiners, so I drink Box. There's been a moment in my life where I was drinking Guinness.
Yeah, Guinness is good.
Also, shout out to Kilkenny.
Oh man, love Kilkenny.
Guinness's red version.
Forever. God, when I was on Australia, man, I would drink that all the time.
Dude, that was
so good.
Such a good beer.
So hard to find in the US, man.
I know.
So I'm kind of all over the place with it. It's for me, it's if it has a good smell, it's not. I'm not a stank kind of guy, so I'll leave that to you, Rick. I know you talked about that. I'm not a skunky beer. I want it to have a good smell to it, a good taste, good. And right now it's kind of like, look, if it's clean, like I said, I've been into these Indian Pales, and man, it's kind of blowing my mind. Like, okay, what else is there? So I'm actually looking for that. And I'm looking for something that's kind of strong out there, man. Something that's 8% or higher.
Okay. I see you, player. I see you're out there in my wheelhouse. That's what I do. Give me 8 and up. 8. Listen, I just start the show before we came on. I told Dieter when we were in the backstage, I was like, yeah, I had a couple, Pilsners before I came on, just starting to get banged up. These Pilsners, they were 4.5%, 5%, which are cool. I can drink 9 of them if I'm watching a football game or two. But I like my double IPAs, 8.5%, 9%.
Yeah, me and Stocks, when we were in the Navy, we traveled up and down the Pacific, man. We had beers all over the place, man. So when I got out of the Navy, met up with you, man, I already had different beers, and just now I'm in the craft beer world, starting to home brewing and meeting different brewers and all, getting an understanding of what it all takes to make a good beer.
Now in Arlington, we have a place called World of Beers, and I've always wanted to go in. And supposedly they have like 50 different taps, right? Something crazy like that. So I said I was going to go in. I met up with another guy that he's been around the family for a while. He's really into craft beer. He brought in like this Voodoo something or another.
Voodoo Ranger?
Yeah, Voodoo Ranger.
Yes,
and
nice.
Said, yeah. He was like, try this. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm like, oh, he's like, yeah, just kind of hold off on that. It's 9%. I was like, come on, man. Come on, dude. And that second one, I was kind of like, all right. Okay. So yeah, I'm stepping in there, man, and I'll shout out you guys. You hit me up to Untap. So hopefully Untap can support this show and this channel, because that's a great place. To really find some new stuff. So yeah, man, I'm gonna be reaching out to them like, hey, Untap, come on, let's go.
Definitely you should, Stoggs. Seriously, all networks, good networking.
Yes, sir. Man. Yes, sir. But yeah, I'm excited, man.
Me too.
It's good to get different breweries out there to people different tastes and stuff.
Well, and like you were saying earlier, Dieter, it's good for the towns they're coming from. I feel like it brings a lot of the commerce, a lot of, movement in towns. Remember, just a quick offshoot. Remember Pittman, 19 years ago? It was basically a fucking ghost town. It was a dry town. It was a ghost town. There was no business, right? They opened Kelly Green. Shout out to Kelly Green, my boy Justin.
Awesome.
And guess what's happened in that 15 years since? It's flourished. I mean, the business model has tripled. Triple. I mean, and you have everything there now because of that brewery.
You have breweries, you have bars there, you got live shows,
yes, music and fucking bakeries and great Italian and Mexican restaurants.
It used to be just an antique village area, man. There was like nothing, dude.
Yes, and you know what changed it, Dieter? A brewery. A brewery, because of the energy it brings, man. People are in there having fun, laughing, catching a buzz, and that shit spreads, man.
And you see, like, sometimes, man, there's like lines lined up for Kelly Green's different sours and all.
Yeah, I went for a Saison one time. It was fucking banging.
Yeah.
That brewery was a Tupps Brewery, TUPPS.
TUPPS.
TUPPS. Tupps.
Shout out
Brewery.
to Tupps Brewery.
Nice.
We're gonna tag you on Facebook after this podcast. Get your name out there some more.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like when I was in Texas years ago, man, it was just craft beer was just getting on the scene, and now I see it like more and more beer opening up, breweries opening up there. So it's just it's coming around, and like Ricky said, you can only drink Budweiser or Miller Lite or Coors so much, right? If you're going to spend a certain amount of money on a good steak, why not spend a certain amount of money on a good beer? That's the way I look at it.
Up, sir. Well said, Dieter. Well said.
Yeah. Down here, Frisco is starting to really open up. Big news right now is that Universal Studios is actually going to open up a theme park here in Frisco.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's going to be, really, really large. So that area is opening up. They're talking about there's going to be like a beer garden. There's already a beer garden that's out in downtown Dallas, but there's going to be a big, big thing that's going on out in Frisco. So Texas is trying to get there, man. They're trying to get there. They're trying to get there.
I'll tell you this, Stoggs, speaking of Texas, like Dieter said, I've had a few Shiner beers and they're good. But it wasn't until I had Spindle Tap where it was a New England style IPA that was up there on the level we're at up here. I was like, holy shit, this from Texas. Like, and it was just, I'm like, people are going to jump on that bandwagon and listen, New England IPAs are one of the major sellers out there. You get a great brewery that does great New England IPAs. Look what happened to Biden's. There were a bunch of little dudes in like a garage. Shout out to Biden's in Colony, New York.
They went other half. Other half was just a little
Remember,
garage.
Dieter, me and you went to Treehouse. It was a barn in the woods.
Yeah. It's hard, to get the hops, to get the hop contract, and get a good beer made up. But man, once you do, it's solid money, man. That's for sure.
Let me ask you guys a question. Where do you put hard ciders? Where do you put the hard ciders?
I think they're really starting to make a name for themselves. I think they were a one-trick pony for a while. No, listen. I run a craft beer program, and that's right. Listen, I don't drink sours or what'd you say, ciders, right?
Yeah, hard ciders.
Right. I don't drink them. I don't judge anybody. Drink whatever you love. But listen, I follow trends. I'm big on numbers, if you can't tell, and I follow that shit real close. Ciders are starting to put their foot, in the door. They're not going to be double IPAs or fruited sours, but there's a spot, and they're getting better. I don't like them, but they're getting better.
Dry hop sours that kind of give you that IPA taste. And I know, I would say, man, maybe 5 years ago at the Glass Sparrow Beer Festival, there was a cider stand, and our buddy Ed was working it, and he was trying to, introduce me to different ciders. And, he put that little bit of dry hop to it. It's pretty interesting because he gives it that sweet
stuff coming out.
Yeah. So, I mean, but I don't see it as much as I used to. Like, I don't know. It comes and goes, I think. But I do think it's a neat process. You know what I mean? How they make it from apple orchards.
I like ciders.
Well, listen, Austin East does stocks. Do you get Austin or I'm sorry, not Austin East. Shout out to Austin East. Down East ciders. Now I know they're out of Boston, but I know they're countrywide. No. Right now, they're putting out some of the best ciders in the country. I mean, listen, I follow my numbers, and shit flies off my taps.
Yeah. Down East. No, I don't think we do. Like I said, most of the stuff I get as far as the cider, I'm getting Angry Orchard. I know that's big, blah, blah, blah. But
that's Sam Adams, basically.
Yeah, but I'm drinking a hardcore, and it's 8%, and I'm like, this is pretty good stuff. It's a dark cherry apple. So I'm like,
nice.
I'm just not trying to get called out because it's been 27 years since we've won the championship, so I gotta win at something.
Dude, we do talk sports on the show. Are you looking to bait me, dude? Are you looking to bait me? You jumped right back into that. You know I get fired up easy, man.
I know you do.
We do talk sports, but this is a nice. Oh yeah, man. More Citra than all Citra. This is other half out of New York. Oh my god. One of my favorite breweries.
Shout out. One of the best in the world.
This brewery really got me going, man. I used to love taking trips up to New York and getting it. And to see them going from this little garage to multiple places all up and down the East Coast, it's awesome. The one in Philly is phenomenal. I haven't been there. My buddy Al goes a couple weeks in there, and he loves it, man. It's good food, good beer. So they're doing good in Philly.
Can I jump into real quick and say something? Stoggs. I'm digging. Now, listen, I know the three of us fuck around, and shout out to Trey too, and talk shit Eagles Dallas. But can I jump in and talk some Philly sports? And can I have, from a Dallas perspective, kind of, I want to jump on a couple other sports. I want to throw out there. I don't know if you guys are. Well, I know Dieter is. If you're a big NBA fan,
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
All right. So part of our show is, we also talk sports. I wanted to bring up my Sixers. Unfortunately, they got their ass kicked tonight by Oklahoma City, who I was like shocked that we lost them by like 19. But Oklahoma City shot the lights out tonight. Okay, so I'll just start with that. But I do want to say the Sixers have won. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they've won like 9 of the last 11 or 10 of the last 12. They're playing really good ball. They just won a swept the home and home with Detroit. And shout out to my boy Joel Embiid. First player ever. Listen, the NBA has been here a long time, and there's a lot of records. He's the first player ever to have 35 points at least and 10 rebounds in less than 25 minutes of play. The first time ever. You're talking about the Wilt Chamberlains, the Bill Russells, the Shaqs. This guy is historical. Joel Embiid's going to go down, if not the best center ever, if he stays healthy, top 2 or 3 in the conversation every time.
I'll put him in the top 5 of all time.
Right now, he's getting real close to that.
All time. I'll put him top 5 all time.
I think he's going to be top 1 by the time he retires.
I don't know top 1 because
he needs to win titles. He needs to win titles to do that.
And there it is. And what I hope doesn't happen for him, even as a Maverick fan, is that he goes down, because I actually like his play. I like how he's evolved since he's come into the league. He's been that consistent guy. The problem is that his injuries has really held him back. But, as far as, I don't want him to be one of the greatest players at this position to never win a ring.
Listen, and I think you're absolutely right. His legacy needs to have at least one championship in it. You're absolutely right. Listen, Shaq was always really good, but Shaq they put in the pantheon of the greats when he started winning titles. Same with Hakeem. Yeah. Listen, down in Houston, Hakeem was always, basically I compare Embiid to Hakeem Olajuwon. They were like, oh, good, really good player, but was never the pantheon. And then he won back-to-back titles, and now he's like Hakeem's like top 3 ever.
Yes.
So that's what you're right. Joel needs to win a title at least.
He has to win a title.
I agree.
And when you have that type of pressure on you, when you're the process, when you know what's going on, when you have Harden, when you have all this stuff that's coming at you, and he stepped up to the bell, man. He's put his toe to the line, and he's done what he's had to do. He's one of the best players, one of the hardest players to play in the league.
I think you're right.
Period. But the thing is that he's had heartbreak in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And people don't remember regular season.
You're right.
Playoffs.
And I'm not comparing the two, so don't anybody jump down my throat. You're right, but Michael Jordan had the same hardships. And let's not forget, Mike, my favorite player ever, he didn't win till his 7th or 8th year. It's basically JoJo's 6th. Mike didn't win till I think it was year 7. Might even been 8.
Here's the thing: don't even look at the year that he won. Look at who was on his team. Okay, Scottie Pippen. When Scottie Pippen came in and joined the team, and you start looking at who was around him at the time, like a Craig Hodges and a John Paxson and
the Bill Cartwrights and the Steve Kerr. Yeah, dude,
that right there, that
Horace Grant.
Yeah, but Scottie Pippen was the catalyst for.
Well, he was the Robin to the Batman. Every Batman needed a Robin.
That's what he needed. That's how he got over the hump. That's how he won. Point blank. Period. They needed each other, right? So
no doubt.
With Embiid, with Joel Embiid,
that is Robin too, man. It was like a vacuum.
Well, that's why we need Harden to be Scottie.
You had Rodman after Grant.
Well, Rodman came way later though.
Yeah. You had Grant.
96. Rodman came.
Okay.
The first 3, Rodman wasn't. You had, like you said, you had Pippen, you had Jordan, you had Horace Grant, you had Billy Cartwright. What was the big Australian? It was the big Luke Longley, I think, was on those early teams.
A little bit later. Luke Longley came later, but you had Craig Hodges that was hitting on the outside, right? And
yes, then you had Craig Hodges, and I think Steve Kerr was a little later. I think you had Johnny Paxson originally.
Yeah, it was Hodges, Paxson, Kerr. So the thing is that you understand that this team that was put together, because Jordan, before then, there was nobody on that team. You
had Scottie from Jordan was only 1 year without Scottie. So Jordan was drafted and then next year Pippen came in.
No. Jordan came in
84, right?
86?
No,
83. 83 he was drafted. 83 84 season he came in and played. Scotty didn't come in until later. It was 6-7 years later.
86 when Scotty came in out of Central Arkansas. By the way, shout out to Central Arkansas.
It was later. It was later. Look it up, Dieter, but it was later because the thing is that
it wasn't that much later. It was maybe 96, 97. Or whatever. I'm sorry. I don't mean to get.
Well, no, because remember, so 96, 97. I think that was the last. It was the 3, then the 1 off, right?
Well, you had 91, 92, 93. They won 3 in a row. And then Jordan left. Remember, his father got killed. Right. He went and played baseball.
Right.
So, and basically 94, 95 is when Hakeem the Dream won 2 titles. Then 96, 97, 98, Michael came back and 3-peated again.
So when did Scotty come into the league?
I think 87.
It says the Michael came Chicago Bears. I mean, Chicago Bulls. 1984 to 1993.
That's what I said.
He was drafted in 83.
Right. And then 93, he left for 2 years and played baseball and then came back in 96.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, though, is that Scotty came much later. It wasn't,
it wasn't that much later. It wasn't. It was like, Dieter, look up what year Scottie Pippen got drafted. I think it was 86.
87.
87. Okay.
1998.
So that was 3 years Mike was without him.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I want to send a quick shout out. I changed beers. This is called In There, like gym wear. I love that name. That's a fucking great name. This is Burley Oak down in Maryland. Shout out to Maryland and Burley Oak. My boy Ant.
They do a lot of good stuff, man.
My boy Ant Young hooked me up with this. We're going to go down and do a show from there. We've been invited down. This beer is fucking fantastic. Boom. Oh. I think there's like Riccio in this. It's fucking banging. This is one of these New Zealand, Southern Pacific, Australian hops. It's banging.
Wow. Nice.
Riccio. Yeah, that's some new shit, man.
I do like the.
You don't even know it goes so deep, dude.
I don't.
When you do like simple Citra too, man. I'll have with the more Citra than
succeed with Citra all day.
Look, Dieter got off the wine cooler. Nice. I'm just saying though, man.
What are you drinking, Stoggs?
I'm on my.
Can I see a picture?
Yeah, Angry Orchard. There you go.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
That's cider.
No glass. You're hardcore, dude, and you're drinking right from the can. You are hardcore, Stoggs.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, you got a glass? Okay, me too.
Glass, so, there you go. Yeah, shout out to that place I stole it from. Thank you. On St. Patrick's Day, no doubt, because there's the green, and there you go.
Nice.
That's why I always wear big pockets when I go to bars.
You're preaching to the choir, sir. I stole more glasses from bars and breweries than I should have been. This glass right here. Sorry, Tonewood. I ganked it from you guys. I went to your anniversary party and I went outside to talk on the phone. I had the glass and that was it.
Hey, no, Ricky, what we say is we reappropriated the
glass. Yes, sir. Thank you, Stog.
Reappropriated. Yeah. It needed a new home.
Dieter, really quick, Dieter, can I say something real quick? Just because I know what's going to happen. Me and you have been talking a little bit about the Flyers this year, and I was like, they need the tank. Like the Sixers did, and listen, you need to tank for Connor Bedard. He's a next Sid Crosby, right? And Dieter's like, well, and I was like, I know it sucks to lose, but now all of a sudden these guys have won like fucking 7 out of 8 games. They beat the Cavs the other night 5-3. Konechny had a fucking hat trick.
Why are you tanking before the All-Star game, bro? Why are you talking tanking before the All-Star game?
Because have you seen this game? Have you seen this team the last 3 years? It's a fucking dumpster fire.
Listen, man, I'm a Devils fan.
The Capitals last time, right?
Hold on, no, hold on. How the fuck are you a Devils fan,
bro? We've been through.
Wait a minute. How are you a Devils fan? You gotta explain that to me, Stoggs.
When I started watching hockey,
you're from
Dallas did not have a team. The Stars were in Minnesota. I saw Martin Brodeur, the Beezer. I said, "That's the guy. I love it."
Listen, Martin Brodeur is not the Beezer #1, dude. John Van Beesbrook is the Beezer. But yeah, you're right. Martin Brodeur is the fucking stone wall. Wait a minute. Who's your basketball team? The Lakers?
He said Mavs.
Right? Basketball team is the Mavericks. Come on, man.
Who's your baseball team? The Yankees?
Within the range.
The Rangers. It's the Rangers.
Oh, okay. All right. But sorry. Then I stand corrected, Stoggs. I'm sorry.
No. Look, again, if the Stars were here, I may have rooted for them.
Are they your favorite team now? the Stars, or is it still Jersey?
No, it's still Jersey.
That's what does. You know what you just said is would make a great science experiment, because no, you're right. You didn't have a team. I wonder what it'd be like in a city with no team. So it's like, I like this team, and then they get a team.
Stay true,
that's
man.
Interesting as shit.
If you're with them, man, that's it, man. That's a rough thing, man.
I gotta stay true. That's who I ride
Word
with.
up, cuz I respect your loyalty, sir. And loyalty is fucking.
Devils are a solid team too, man.
Well, they're like the best team in the East.
God, they went on a little bit of a losing streak after that big, huge winning streak that were going on, but they're starting to get it back, man. And I love Hugh. Hugh, oh my God, that dude is just a beast, man. I love Hugh. He's nice. So yeah, I'm still a Devils fan.
My Uncle Al, who I'm very close to, lives 3 miles from me. Shout out to Al. He's a huge Devils fan too, and me and him have been fucking going at it for the last 40 years, man. And I love him to death, and he's a great dude. But man, he breaks my fucking balls so much because he's a Devils fan. And listen, over the last 30 years, the Devils look is way better than the Flyers. What, you guys got 3 cups in the last 25 years? The Flyers, we haven't won one in almost 50 years. And I'm pissed.
And it's weird.
Flyers? What the fuck?
The Jersey Devils, but we live about like 15 minutes away from Philly, so we got to root for the Flyers.
Yeah, man. It's just on name alone. We're the Philly teams are in our backyard.
Yeah, but you know what? During the Winter Classic, y'all have the better jerseys, so I cannot knock.
That's pretty sweet jerseys.
Thank you, sir. You see this right here? Boom! I got my 76ers tonight. I know they got their asses kicked tonight by OKC, who's shouldn't have.
OKC,
they're young and they're up and coming.
They're hungry. They don't know any better.
They shot the lights out tonight. They shot the lights out tonight.
Listen,
my goodness.
They beat Boston, they beat some good teams. Well, so you just can't say that, okay, it's OKC, that's an easy win.
Yeah.
So
we were up, man. We were winning before, I think, the third quarter, man, and they just kicked the shit out of us, right?
No, what do we have? What was it, tied going into halftime?
It was like 88 at one point, and then with the final was like 133 to 111. So they beat us by like 20 points when we were neck and neck for the first half.
They run, and I think that's the issue that Philly will run into. Pun intended. If they can't run with these guys, they can't slow the game down for them. You run a team like OKC.
You make a great point. The Sixers' transition defense has been a factor all year. And I hope it can get corrected, but you're absolutely right, Stoggs. Your game, the transition defense has been very fucking porous. And so is the offensive rebounding. I mean, fucking come on, man. You're not a small team. You got to fucking board in the offensive zone, man. You need second chance points.
Well, I think also your guy Joel he feel and rightly so, he feels as though he has to make every point. And so when you have your big man that's pulling out 17 feet from the goal, that rebounding is now lost, because now who you got crashing the board?
A really good point.
Or who's your 3 that's going to crash the board? Harden's not going to crash the board, and you don't have anybody.
You know what? You make a great point, dude.
So
it's an excellent fucking point.
So you got to get them in closer. But you also have to have.
So you're saying, and listen, I'm not fighting you on this. So you're saying then play traditional down low center, funnel it down low, and kick it back outside if there's no shot there. I'm with you. I wish they would, but I think that's what makes JoJo the unicorn. As great as Akeem was, you didn't see Akeem taking many shots from the 3-point range, and and hitting them on a good clip.
Yeah,
and, we don't have a solid 3-point shooter in Philly, so I mean, like, if he's got an open shot, he's going to take it. I mean, that's how he's getting these high scoring games.
I mean, it's hard for me to get on the Sixers right now. They are playing some really good ball, man. I think tonight was the first time you had the actual day one starting lineup out there. I was in lineup in 2 months. And
they beat Detroit back to back, and Detroit sucks. Right. So I think it was easy
Detroit
playing.
Does suck, but you're beating the teams you should beat.
Right. And then they played a decent team, man.
But I think you have to play. They have to figure out if they can ever figure out an inside-out game with Joel and Harden or whoever else you're going to put out there. I think you have a better chance, because here's the issue.
I agree.
Boston is on
Oh, they're fucking nice. Boston is nice.
They're on a mission.
Dude, you are fucking speaking the truth, dude. Boston is fucking scary.
They're a buzzsaw right now, man.
I know.
And Jason Tatum is telling people, and no one wants to. Here's what's funny.
He should be a Sixer.
No one wants to vote him an MVP. No one wants to vote him as an MVP.
He's gonna be this year.
Like, oh yeah, watch this.
Yeah.
Watch what I do.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, man, the fact that you got Boston playing the way they are, the Heat, they're still always lingering. The Bucks, you got Giannis, he's vying for MVP again.
Yeah. The Nets have been playing well. I know Durant's going out for a month now, but the Nets are playing really good ball as of the last month and a half. No, you're right. But listen, at the same time, we cannot out-talk the Sixers from that conversation. I mean, the Sixers, I feel like, and Cleveland's playing really good ball too. Donovan Mitchell's fucking lighting it up.
Yes.
But yeah, you're right. Listen, the Sixers got to keep up, but they're Sixers top 4 team in the East right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big game.
I'm not going to say that they're not. Philly is always in the East conversation, but the problem is what part of that conversation are they? Top 4 conversation?
Right now, yeah.
Right now they are.
Can I tell you what's that's going to hinge on is how, and I usually call him Jimmy Harden.
I don't know if I can say that, man. I love how they're playing, man. But top 4,
top 4. Are they the top 4
East? In the East right now?
In the East, okay, all right.
Why? Right? No, I'm not talking the NBA. I'm talking about in the East.
No, just in the East.
In the East right now, I probably actually got to put it at 5 because Cleveland's playing so well, Donovan Mitchell. But dude, you got fucking Boston, you got Milwaukee, you got the Sixers, you got the Nets, and you got the fucking Cleveland Cavaliers. That's your and the Bucks. I think I said the Bucks already, but that's your top 4 or 5 right there, and that's deep.
But I mean, you still got Miami. I
don't worry about Miami.
They're 3 games over 500. They just beat Milwaukee tonight.
I think Miami's about to set sail out the fucking Gulf Coast.
You know what, game? He may be fat, but he's still dropping 60 on y'all asses. So how about that?
I didn't see you post this.
And the Mavs are playing, the Lakers. And oh my God, why are we even talking about this? The Lakers. I don't want to talk about the
Lakers. You guys love riding the Lakers fucking sack.
Dude, the Lakers are trash city. I call them the lame show. They are not the Lake Show. They're not they're the lame show. And you tell Aisha I said that too, big game. Shout out to you, Aisha. I love you, but
Aisha, remember that song Aisha back in the day? Who was that? ABC? I fucking loved that song. I think I was in like the 6th grade. I was like, a great song.
I want to get to know you better. Come on, man. Karaoke.
Listen, you're speaking my language. Peter, real quick too. I wanted to say to you, spring training is 5 weeks away. We signed. You remember how we traded Nicky Maton and fucking Matty Vierling, Matty Carshield to go get this stud reliever Soto from Detroit the other day?
Yeah, I seen that. They did a couple of things.
What a huge move! Why are we not talking about this? Dave Dombrowski, Executive of the Year after this year. The Phillies win the World Series in 2023. I'm calling it now. It's on here now.
They're making so many different changes, man. I'm surprised.
Dude, that bullpen's going to be fucking filthy, dirty, lethal.
Well, I put in for my days off to get down to Florida.
Nice.
I just gotta get my tickets, man. I'm there, dude. I can't wait.
As you should, sir.
Day, dude. It's gonna be awesome. Clearwater, Florida.
Nice. Well played, D-Tap.
It just fucking sucks right here.
So we also
baseball sucks around here, man. It's like
what?
You sign somebody who's like, yeah, it's great. Yeah.
What do you just dead on the Rangers?
Are you a Ranger fan or Astros? What do you?
No. Oh hell no, I'm not. The armpit? Nah. I'm definitely Rangers, but
all
it's
right.
just
Hey, listen, and like Stoggs, at least you're fucking loyal. I respect that. I mean, I hate the fact you're a Cowboy fan, but hey, you're loyal to your fucking team. God bless you. You know how hard it is to be a Philadelphia Phillies fan? We're the losingest team in sports history on the planet Earth. You know how fucking hard that is to do.
Come on, wait. Last year y'all were deep in the playoffs, weren't you?
I'm not talking about this past year. I'm talking about as a Phillies fan in general.
I get you. Yeah.
The Phillies have lost more games in professional sports than any team in sports history around the world.
But you know what though? The Phillies always have at least one.
Now we're good though. We're good now though. Listen, that's what I was getting on.
But y'all have always had like one or two like superstars that people are like, wow, okay, we got to watch him. Like no one is like checking for a Rangers player. Nobody's like, hey.
But then you should listen. The last 20 years, the Rangers have had some really good seasons.
Look. Now see, now who's talking about history here? Talking about history 20 years. I forgot. I'm looking at.
I'm just talking about the Rangers have not always been garbage.
No, they haven't. There were 2 years. 2 years in a row we went to the series. 2 years.
I mean, the Rangers are a good organization. I mean, they really are. You're lucky. You're lucky. Why are you moping, dude? The Rangers are a good organization.
Are a trash. Okay, look. How about this? The Rangers are a shit organization. That's what it is.
Oh, damn. That's some harsh words there.
That's a left cross and a fucking right uppercut on the Rangers organization. They're watching, Stoggs. They're coming after you, dude.
Good. JD, I'm here, bro. I am down the street in Grand Prairie. Come see me because it is shit.
Oh man.
God. It's so hard. Like I have all this Rangers stuff, man. I have shirts, I have hats. I go to at least like 3 or 4 games. They have like Military Day and Navy Day and Star Wars Day. And I go for that for the bobblehead, and then I roll the fuck out. Like, I don't even watch the game. I'm like, yo, can I just get my bobblehead and go? No, we gotta go inside. Like,
oh, dude.
Y'all on some bullshit right now with the signings, and you get pictures.
Oh, my goodness.
They can't.
Oh, shit. Stop. Jesus Christ, sir.
Or, they're coming off an injury. It's like nobody wants their ass. Then you get all these bats. And, it's like, okay, hey.
You hate this franchise, it sounds like.
Runs, but you just gave up fucking 27. So who gives a damn? I mean, dude, it's so sad, man. Like, opening day is fun. And then you just like, fuck it. All right. On to WNBA. Let's go.
Jesus.
Wow. That's right.
Like, I'd rather watch WNBA than the fucking Rangers, man.
Wow. Wow. Hold on. Time back. Wait a minute. Stoggs, wait a minute. That's the statement of the year right there, sir. 2023 just started. Wow. You'd rather watch the WNBA than the Rangers. That is an indictment unto itself, sir.
I would rather pay. Jesus. I would rather pay for a ticket to go watch the WNBA.
I'm going to name you 3 things I'd rather do than watch the WNBA. I'm going to name you 3 things. I'd rather get caught stealing at a convenience store. I'd rather have somebody replace my weed with oregano, and I'd rather drink fucking pilsners than a big IPA fucking from a great brewery. Like, really?
Don't watch the Rangers, man. When they come
to Philly, dude, what did they do to you? What happened? What did they do to you, Stoggs? Tell us.
You know what it was? And maybe this is the way it is as a Cowboys fan, but I believed in them. I believed in what they said. I believed that they were making, progress. I believe when they got Ankins and they got Mike Knapp and they got these people in the front office like, yeah, we're going to change and blah, blah, blah. And they didn't. It's the
I feel you, cuz I'm a Phillies fan. I know what it's like to be dissed and have
Phillies were like that for a while. The Flyers were like that, man. It's just
Flyers are like that right now, for Christ's sake. Are you kidding me? The Flyers haven't won a cup in 50 years. Nobody's saying nothing. It's almost like the big thing nobody talks about. The Flyers haven't won a cup in 50 fucking years.
Many big names come through this organization.
50 years.
Yeah, man.
That's a half a century, no matter how you cut it.
But at least, you know what, though? When you look at the Flyers play, There's hope every game.
No, there's never hope with the Flyers. They never win championships.
There's hope. That's hope.
Well, you're right. No, hold on. You're right. There is always hope. Listen, I'm sentimental like that. You're right. There is always hope, and I'm a big believer in that, and that's true. So I take back. But the Flyers have just shit the bed time after time after time over the last 50 years. Like, fuck, man. Like, what's it going to take?
They got a lot of young talent, man. Right now, good. They just got the gel, man. That's all. They're doing good.
They got to keep them together. That's the thing. Right. They got to keep them together and keep them skating together. And I think the offseason program for a lot of these skaters and a lot of these hockey teams is big for them. And so, if they do that, I think they have a great chance, man, to do something within the next 2 to 3 years. I really do.
I don't think the Flyers do. I think the Flyers are fucking dumpster fire. I think they're a bag of dog shit that somebody lit on fire and threw out of a car window doing 90 down the road. Well, your front office is a mess. You've drafted like shit over the last 8 years. And, listen, the best thing they did was hire Tortorella. He's a great coach, but they give him nothing. Sean Hayes is a nice player, but if that's your best, Van Riemsdyk, that's one of your top 3 highest paid players. I mean,
Konecny,
Konecny now, it looks like a good pick.
They got a lot of young talent, man. They'll be all right.
Yeah.
That's I agree with. And the thing that the Flyers are fast. They're fast on ice, man. You can say what you want. They're fast on ice, man.
The Phillies have signed by Mael Machine. Infield utility guy, plays first, second, third, or short, plays all. The guy who was with the Phillies years ago. We took him in the Rule 5 draft by the Cubs, and then we quickly traded him to the A's. We just signed him back.
I think they did a lot of moves, man.
They got Marte, the hard throwing righty from the fucking Giants, another great bullpen arm. I mean, this bullpen's I'm telling you, this bullpen has a chance to be fucking lights out.
Mm-hmm.
And look, you got Roger Clemens' son in the trade for Soto from Detroit. Cody Clemens. Now, he's a solid, middle infielder, but you got him in the trade.
If it's anything like last year's team with this new talent, man, it's going to be dangerous.
I think the Phillies are going to be really good. I do.
Yeah.
Like really good. I think that might see them in the World Series again this year.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they have taken a step back like some other teams have done.
They've taken 3 steps forward.
And that's the scary part, because last year no one expected them.
No, you're right.
I don't believe anyone expected them. No,
I didn't see that coming. I follow. I watch every game of every Philly sport.
Man, they were losing, and we're just like, we're giving up on the team.
Remember when they fired Joe Girardi in early June or mid-June? They were like 9 games under 500. You brought in Robbie Thompson, who, by the way, coach, should be the coach of the year. They went 20 games over 500 in the regular season, and then went to the fucking World Series. Like, who saw that coming? Who the fuck saw? I did it, and I watch every fucking game, every game.
Yeah,
I don't miss a Philly sports game.
Now, is he like one of the first Canadian coaches?
I think he's the first
to the World Series. Yeah, man.
I think he's the first.
That's pretty impressive.
Or, I mean, Cito Gaston, was he Canadian?
Who's that?
Cito Gaston, remember he coached the Blue Jays. Was he Canadian or was he American?
Shit, man, I couldn't tell.
I don't know, but Robbie Thompson probably is.
Let's just go ahead and call him that he is.
Yeah, fuck it. Throw it out there.
Say he is, just because,
shit,
right?
So, you want to go through any predictions for the playoffs? Who you think's going to win? Who's going to lose?
Go ahead, Stoggs. You're up first.
Damn. Shit.
Seahawks, 49ers, Dolphins, Bills, Ravens, Bengals.
Let's get everybody's picks before we hang this up tonight. Let's do it now. I'm writing it down. Stoggs, give me your picks for every game this week, and we're all 3 of us going to do it.
So look, it's to me, I think it's going to kind of go chalk. where you have 49ers going to beat the Seahawks.
No upsets?
Nah, I don't think so. I think Jags will beat Chargers, though. I do think the Jags.
I think the Jags will beat Chargers, too.
I think they're on the path, man.
Yeah. Bills will beat Dolphins.
No doubt. On their third-string quarterback, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vikings-Giants is actually pretty interesting, and I want to say Vikings will win, but I can't trust Kirk Kane. So I may have to go with the Giants.
That's what I was thinking
there it is.
Man.
There it is.
Vikings the chokest team I've ever seen, man. They choke so bad.
Oh my God, man! It just seems like they're destined to lose that. I think Bengals are going to whoop the shit out the Ravens.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think the Monday night Bucks Cowboys. I'm going with my heart with this.
I
think the boys will win. I predicted. I think it's going to be 35-21. Boys, they break it open in the fourth quarter. It just gets to them too much. So I don't know. I'm hoping. I'm praying. Because if not, man, it's gonna be fires in Dallas. I'm telling you, man. Dallas always gonna be fires, bro.
Really? Until he gets a bad name, Jesus.
Yeah, nah.
Oh my gosh, Stodds. You better call in National Guard. What is going on down there?
You better cover Dak up with something, man. Some trash is gonna be coming his way, man.
You better call Dak's bodyguards and tell him to call 3 of his best friends.
Man,
you know that dude's throwing 3 interceptions on Monday night.
I think he just needs to get on the plane.
Not really, though.
Not here. Don't come back here after the game. If he don't win, don't come back here. Go somewhere else, and that's for his safety. Just go somewhere else. I think
he's going against Tom. Tom, terrific dude, the fucking GOAT, the 7-time Super Bowl winner. He's going against the GOAT. Oh, everybody's like, who do you want to play? And Stoggs, I do my usual. I'm like, you got to bring your A game, play who you're playing. But I'm like, I don't want to play Tom Brady. I don't want to play Tom Brady in the playoffs. Who do you think knocked the Eagles out of the playoffs last year?
Tom Brady. You want
Tom Brady? I don't want no parts of that dude. You're like, he's 109.
He's a battle, man.
I don't want to fuck with the dude. Right. I don't want to fuck with the dude.
And say I love Tom Brady, like Trey said on your team. Oh my God! I can't believe you said.
I respect them.
I don't love him either, but I respect them.
I respect them.
But if tomorrow his hand is in a garbage disposal, I'm not crying. I'm not crying.
Dieter, what's your picks?
All right, very similar. I gotta go 49ers over the Seahawks. 49ers are doing good. Jags over the Chargers. Jags are on fire.
Right.
Bills over the Dolphins, like you guys said, third-string quarterback. I mean, that's no brainer there. I am going to go Giants over the Vikings also because Kirk Cousins, he's just a choke artist. I mean, that's a good team, but I just don't see him winning in the playoffs. Bengals over the Ravens. And here's my different point. I'm going to go Bucks over the Cowboys. I know it hurts, buddy, but Tom Brady, you don't want to meet him in the playoffs, man.
Nope.
You just don't.
He's the GOAT for a reason.
Yeah, man.
I respect that.
Go ahead, Ricky.
All right. So my picks before we close it out. I mean, there's not much difference except besides one game. I'm going, I'm taking the Niners over the Seahawks, but I'm hoping the Seahawks. They're playing it's hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. I'm hoping for the Seahawks. Because the 49ers already beat them twice. Hopefully the Seahawks shock the world. Please, Seahawks win this game.
Oh my God!
But with that being said, I'm going with the Niners. I'm going with Jags too. Look, Dougie P, dude, they won us the Super Bowl.
I was surprised, man.
Dude, listen, listen. There's a few guarantees in life, but I'm always Team Doug, dude. That Doug won me a fucking Super Bowl. You kidding me, dude? That was one of the best nights in my life, and I've had a lot of really good ones. So, yeah, I'm taking the Jags. I'm definitely taking the Bills because probably all the fucking world is taking the Bills with the Dolphins on their third-string quarterback who has a 27.9 quarterback rating. And God bless his heart. I feel bad he's thrust into duty. But, yeah, the Bills by, people are maybe a landslide. No, but they'll probably be like 17. So the Bills – I'm actually taking the Vikings. I know everybody's sexy pick this week is the Giants. Oh, I get it. And they probably will win, but I'm not picking them because fuck them and fuck you, Giants fans. So I'm taking the Vikings.
Yeah,
I'm taking the Vikings by 4. So the Vikings to cover. If any, that's my pick of the week. Vikings to cover. They win by 4. They win by 4. 21-17. Fucking Vikings. Those fucking jerk-offs. So. All right, so what I got left? I'm taking the Bucks.
Ravens, Bengals.
Ravens. The same type of thing with the Buffalo game. Bengals are gonna run them they're gonna run all over them, dude. They're gonna fucking light them up. Who's playing? Lamar Jackson? Nope. He missed 17 straight practices. He's like, fuck you, Ravens. You didn't pay me this year. He's like, you should have get, and so he's like, fuck you. I'm not playing. So yes, I'm taking the Ravens, and then I'm taking the Bucks. And I say this, and it's weird because I must never say this. I'm taking the Bucks because of Brady. But to be honest, as a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I'll be honest, I'd rather play you guys than Tom. And you're a better team. But I don't want to. I'm going to say this again. I don't want to face Tom Brady in the playoffs.
Yeah,
listen,
I don't. So I'm taking the Bucks, but I actually would rather Dallas win that game. But I don't think they will.
Said preseason when we talked. I said preseason, and before when I said, look, Jalen Hurts is the man. Now somebody on this show, I don't know who it was. They're like, Jalen Hurts, Jalen Hurts, I said, listen, it's something special about this kid, man. Dallas cannot handle this dude. When he gets outside, it's over with. We take bad angles. We can't catch him. It's just something about Jalen Hurts. I said that at the beginning of the season. Somebody on this podcast, I don't know who it was.
On this podcast, like the Weds look good about.
But they said, well, they somebody was sending me a lot of shit. Carson Wentz, he's got to be the better career. But yeah, okay, cool, whatever. That dude's out the league. We can go ahead and go.
He's done, dude.
He's holding the clipboard, and in a couple of seasons he'll be coaching high school football. But nothing wrong with that. But that's
right, dude. That's the most on-point thing I've ever heard in my life. You said right, dude. I know. And you said that, I'm like, Christ, on a crutch, that guy just played out this guy's future to a T.
That's it. That dude's holding.
Oh my gosh!
Seasons, and he will be coaching high school football.
I think you're right, dude. I think you, dude.
Absolutely.
Stoz knows his shit sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes.
Oh man, I was glad it's a relaxing show today, man. We got Stogs
a great
on.
show today. Probably one of the best ever.
Thank you for letting me on, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, shout out Big Game Sports Buzz. Shout out Big Game Entertainment. Shout out to all the breweries we talked about today, and Stogs on Cowboys cutting up. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes,
great
sir. 8 a.m.
What up, Trey?
Wednesday. Yeah.
That's my
we'll see how it all plays out this week,
man.
Hey man, good luck to y'all though, man. Y'all have some good rest. We want to see y'all full strength, next week. So there you go.
All right. Yeah, good night.